All right.
Mhm.
Do you think that a child should suffer for what, or someone should suffer for what they're not responsible for?
I do not
Okay,
think
so
so, and it does not happen.
you said it doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen. You cannot suffer for what. So there's something called the law of compensation. The law of compensation, I mean, we're talking principles now,
Mhm.
and these things should give you the confidence that whatever you sow, you will reap, and nothing would happen to your reward. And if that sowing is also evil, nothing will happen to your punishment. Your punishment will be delivered. So the law of compensation ensures that we ultimately get only what we deserve, not what we do not deserve. If, let's even say mistakenly, you suffered for what you did not do, nature is going to come back to you with apologies and reward you for punishing you erroneously. And the same thing for the other one, reward. All right. If what by your practice of principle, what has accrued to you is released to you, and it was hijacked by some mystical way, let's assume that the universe just looked this way. I don't know what else is there for the universe to look, but let's just pretend that it just looked that way, and then the reward did not get to you. It is going to compensate you. It's going to come back and say, oh, that reward has not gotten. In fact, with interest.
Okay.
So the law of compensation ensures that no one ever suffers for what Martin Luther King Jr. referred to as undeserved suffering. That's the word. Undeserved suffering. No one ever gets undeserved suffering. And if it does happen, be rest assured that the universe will compensate. And when the universe says, I will compensate you, that's going to be jubilated. So, no. I mean, these laws are so pure. We're not talking about human law. We're not talking about corruptible law. We're talking about principles. Principles that have worked in the days of old. And they are still working now, and they will continue to work. That's what principle is. Principle does not work for some time and stops to work. When Christians say the word, I'll hold it to his word, they are talking about principle. The word, it never fails. It never fails. So there is no way that somebody who does not deserve to suffer will suffer. But if your question now is, but I have looked through him and I have not seen what he did to deserve the suffering, it's a different question. It's a different approach entirely. Because at that point, I will tell you what you are seeing is what's the short-sightedness, what's it called? So you are not seeing long enough. These eyes cannot see long enough for you to conclude that based on what I. So that's why you see something on social media, you hear one story, and then we just see my pals, and everybody is just gathering and deliberating. And I'm just wondering, what do you know about this case that you're already judging? This is guilty, this is not. You have just heard one side of the story. All right. Have you actually heard the other side? I mean, there are so many things that are deliberately hidden from us that we may first pay the price of finding before we can even seek. So knowledge is not dropped on your lap. You have to really seek for it. And when you have searched and searched and searched and searched and searched, at some point you will come, this woman has worked, he has searched. Now let us now reward her for the hard work of searching. And then you'll now be rewarded with the price of finally finding that. So until we search and we find, the limited knowledge, the limited access to knowledge that we have is not enough to draw any conclusion, any reasonable conclusion.